Hey y'all, it's Yolanda here from My Pretty Brown Doll and My Crochet Life, coming to you with a new type of video today, but one that I hope you do like. So if you are on the My Crochet Life newsletter, one thing that I've started doing this year is sending out a weekly recap, and I'm calling it This Week in My Crochet Life. It is just sharing things that I have crocheted, other things that I'm doing in my crochet business or just in my life in general. I know a lot of you may follow me on social media, but if you know anything about the algorithm, like you can post something and it is likely that your followers will not see it. So the newsletter is just my way of catching you up on things that I did the past week in my crochet life. This week, I've decided to do it in a video format to kind of see if I like that better than writing it out in the newsletter. So let me know in the comments if you like this and you want to see more videos like this, or if you just prefer to just read it in the newsletter. I'm probably still going to do the video anyway, but I would like to know what you guys think. So if you are interested in seeing what I crocheted last week and what I got planned on my crochet list for this week, then stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time watching, I do hope that you find something interesting here that will make you want to subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, or if you're watching again, like you've already watched some of my previous videos, welcome back. Y'all, we are on our way to 5,000 subscribers. I think we are like at 4,600 right now, which is awesome. And so I just want to say thank you to all of you who have already subscribed, who are already watching my videos. It is so very much appreciated. And to those of you who have been supporting me by buying me a coffee, thank you for that as well. It was so cool just seeing like coffee donations coming in and you guys leaving your really sweet messages. Like, I so appreciate it. Some of the messages that y'all left, like I got early Happy Valentine's Day wishes. I definitely felt the love in that one. So thank you so very much. That was from Caroline for the love of crochet. She was like, hugs, happy Valentine's Day. And I hope this encourages and blesses you. And it certainly did. Alonda Darlington, she sent me a sweet message and was just like, you are very inspiring and I love your realness. Baby, I don't know nothing else to be but real. So thank you, Alonda. And thank you to all of you who have, just taken the time to buy me a coffee. They do help me be able to continue to do these videos and just continue to support my business. So thank you so very much. And if you are interested or would like to buy me a coffee, you can do so right here. All right, y'all. So let's get into this past week in my crochet life. So as far as crochet is concerned, I am still working on this doll, one of the dolls from my HBCU doll series. I am still working on it. If you watched my previous video, I talked a little bit about how I was kind of stuck because I was trying to decide if I wanted her to have removable or non-removable underwear. I finally made a decision on that and went with removable underwear. So I was able to just do her whole body in skin tone yarn, or in the skin tone that I was using for that particular design. So I did finish that on Monday of last week. It was so interesting because Monday was MLK Day and Baby J did not go to daycare because daycare was closed. And I can't believe, like, the amount of work that I got done on Monday, I was just like, do you really need to go to daycare, little boy? But he needs to go to daycare. I think one of the reasons that I was able to get so much work done is because he actually slept in on that Monday. And so I was not as tired as I normally am when it's time to go pick him up from daycare. Because normally what happens is I go pick him up from daycare and I've tried to squeeze so many things into that little 4-hour block that I'm like exhausted by the time he gets back here. But because he was here, he slept in, and we kind of got to just move at this slow pace. It was just like, oh, I had more energy when he took his afternoon nap. And so that's when I was able to finish this doll's body. Because like I said, during his nap, I was just like, girl, let's get to it. And I actually recorded like a little, what I did is, and I do this often, this is a little hack. If you find that you are constantly interrupted by your phone when you're trying to do your crochet work, like you catch yourself, like you might crochet and then you catch yourself scrolling and just doing other stuff on your phone, do a time-lapse video of yourself working. So what I ended up doing is setting my phone up and just letting it do a time lapse while I was working. And it literally kept me off my phone. And so I was able to like power through this in like 2 hours. Her legs and arms were already done. And like, so basically I just did this body portion. And to me, 2 hours is a long time, but to some of y'all, cause like I said, I posted like a TikTok video. I put it up here cause it was like, 30-second video, of me finishing her body. And y'all were like, oh, that only took 2 hours. And I'm like, I'm mad that it took 2 hours, but yeah. So we were able to get her body done in 2 hours. So I was happy that I was able to get that done. And then I went on, because now the issue is whether or not I want her to wear crochet clothes or fabric clothes, or a combination of crochet and fabric clothes. I know what the outfit is that I want her to wear. So she's going to have on like a sweatshirt, not like the collegiate sweater from the book. This one is kind of going to be like sweater where they, cut the collar out sweatshirt type of deal is what I see in my head. And so I did start to crochet it because I had some yarn already here. And so I love this cotton yarn. And I typically do like this yarn. Like, it's like one of my favorite yarns to use, especially for doll clothes and even for dolls themselves. Like, I've shown that I've used this for skin tone as well. Not this color, but I love cotton for skin tone. Anyway, I started using it. There were two things that I didn't like about it. One, it's kind of a light gray, lighter than what I wanted her sweatshirt to be. But because I already had it and I wasn't trying to buy any new yarn, I was like, girl, use your stash, use your stash. So I was like, we're going to use it and make it work. So that was the first thing. It was like, it's kind of too light. But then as I started working it up, the stitches are actually like a little too smooth too. Like, because it's the cotton yarn, I needed to have a little roughness to it because it's supposed to be like a sweatshirt. And so this one is more like a t-shirt. I know because I still needed to do like the sleeves on it, but even like with me starting to put the sleeve on, feel a little too t-shirtish to me. Is that a word? It was still looking too much like a t-shirt. So this is just to give you an idea. Now, like I said, it is supposed to be long sleeve. So I had started working on a sleeve and I was just like, it still kind of just looks like a t-shirt. So I did end up having to go buy yarn. And I went and got Red Heart Super Saver in Dusty Gray. And Dusty Gray was actually more of the color that I wanted anyway, because it's like this darker sweatshirt gray. And I do like the way that this is working up. To me, it just kind of looks more like a sweatshirt, but I still kind of feel like, do I just want to do fabric sweatshirt versus me crocheting it? Like, part of me wants to crochet it, and then part of me wants to just do it with fabric. And I just don't know which way I want to go. And so kind of stop in the middle of it because I just don't know which way I want to go. And there's a part of me that, like I said, that wants to see the crochet sweatshirt through, like just finish the crochet sweatshirt. And then there's the other part of me just wants the doll to be finished. And so it's like, girl, just do fabric and let's just move along. but I also want to see what the crochet one will look like. So anyway, that's where we are on that. Like I said, this was done, the base of the doll, like I said, was finished on Monday. And then I started doing that on Tuesday, or I did this part Tuesday, and then I was kind of like, oh, it's not really, you know, turning out the way I wanted to. So then I think Wednesday or maybe Thursday of last week, I went to I ended up going to Walmart, finding this, and I was like, let's just try it with that. That's it for crochet. I did not do my temperature keychain because, so for the temperature keychain, I actually have 2 yarn skin colors that I can use for the temperature. And I did it that way because I was like, in case the temperature is like the same for a couple of days, I don't necessarily have to use the same yarn. And of course it was the same. And so it fell into the same block, and it was going to look just like the first temperature. And I think I was going to change the headband, but I never got up to see, I never checked my stash to see if I had the second color option. And so I was like, do you want to just make one in the same yarn that you made the first one in? Or are you going to check your stash to see if you have the second color option? As of the recording of this video, I still have not checked my stash to see if I have the second color option. And I'm just like, so when do you plan to make your second keychain? Because now we are already on week 3. And lo and behold, week 3 is the same color option, same hairstyle as week 1 and 2. And now the question is, do I make 3 keychains the same? Or do I make the executive decision and pick a different day's temperature? Because the crazy thing about last week, all last week, it was like in the 70s here in North Carolina. And then here comes the weekend. Soon as Saturday hit, the temperature just drops. And I'm like, what happened to the 70s, y'all? Like, we were in the high 60s, low 70s. And then here we go now, back in the 20s and 30s and 40s. Like, what are we doing? And so, yeah, the Saturday temp was the same temp as week 1 and week 2. And I'm like, do we follow what we said and just do the third one in the same color combination and same hairstyle? Or do we just pick a different day? And so, yeah, I don't want to get too far behind in this. Like, I truly want to keep up. So I'm going to have to make some decisions quick. What else did I do this week or this past week in my crochet life? So I don't know if you guys know, but I make these little cute crochet tumblers. And so somebody had ordered one. It's on the My Crochet Life Etsy is where you can find these. I'll leave a link in the description. But someone had ordered one and it turned out really cute. But I don't know if you guys can see, but there's because these are done using sublimation. And when you sublimate, occasionally, if the tape is not, like if it gets any air underneath between the paper and the cup, it will do this, what we call ghosting. And so it will have where it doesn't like sublimate completely. And that's what happened with this one. And so I had to remake it. So I did remake this and send it out because I didn't want to send it to her with that ghosting there on the side. And so, but now I have this one here. So if anybody knows someone named Michelle who looks like this, because you can actually choose the little stick figure that goes on it. I think I have like 12 different stick figures to choose from. And so Michelle chose this stick figure, and then of course it is personalized with your name. So if anybody knows someone named Michelle who would be interested in this cup at a deeply discounted price, let me know and I'll send it to you if you want it. So, because I do have this one, because I did redo hers and send, because she did pay full price and I didn't want to send her one that was a little bit messed up. What else did I do this week in my crochet life? Thursday night, I had the pleasure of doing a Zoom presentation with the Princeton, New Jersey library system. And it went so good. I had such a good time. Cassie, who is an employee there at the library, she did like this interview style where and it wasn't even like an interview, like it was like two old friends just chatting it up. And so she was asking me questions and I was answering the questions. And again, it was really just a lovely, lovely conversation. And so shout out to the Princeton, New Jersey Public Library. They are also doing a crochet along using the mini ballerina doll pattern. And so if you are in that area, because it is in person, like you go, I think it's going to be over 4 Sundays, I believe. But I'll leave a link to that as well so that you guys, if you're in that area and you're interested in doing that crochet along with them, then you can register to do it. I think it starts this upcoming Sunday, the 29th or 30th, whatever Sunday's date is. Again, I will leave a link in the description in case anyone is interested in that. I think you do have to be 14 and up. So it's 14 and up, but they are providing you with all the supplies, all the yarn hook, all the things you need to make your doll, your mini ballerina. So I think that's pretty cool and awesome. Shout out to Princeton, New Jersey Public Library for inviting me, allowing me to share my story. It was an awesome conversation. I do also believe that they're going to post it to their YouTube page. So as soon as I see it on their YouTube, I'll share that as well. This upcoming week, what are my plans? What do I plan to do? As far as crochet, yes, we are still working on this doll. I'm hoping to figure out what I want to do about her clothes and go ahead and get her clothes done and get her hair done. I would love for this doll to be finished this week. I really would. Will it be finished this week? But I would love for her to be finished this week. Also going to do my temperature keychains. As soon as I get this video done, I'm going to go look and check and see if I have the yarn already in my stash or if I'm just going to use the color that I used for the first one until I can get the other color. But I think I have the other color. I just need to go check. And I keep looking this way because the little storage thing that I have my yarn in is like right there. All I need to do is look in it and see if I have the yarn. So we're going to get our temperature keychains done, get this doll finished. That's all I have as far as crocheting. And then this upcoming Saturday, I will be doing a in-person event for the African American Museum in Raleigh, North Carolina. I will also leave a link for the description in that. If anyone is in that area and interested in coming to that event, the link will be there. It is going to be a jammed-packed day. It's not a vending event. It is, you have to read about it. It's an awesome event that they do to kick off Black History Month. So they always do it the last weekend of January. And they just have different artists of color who come there. They have paintings, they have quilting, they have pottery, and like people will be doing demonstrations of their work and presentations of their work. And so again, if you're in the area and you're interested in the event, then come out to the Raleigh African American Museum. Again, I will have a link. I think it's from 10:30 to 4 on the Saturday, but I will definitely have a link in the description. All right, you guys, that is it for this past week in my crochet life. Like I said, please be sure to like, subscribe, and if you want to see more videos like this where I talk about what I'm crocheting and what I have planned for crochet, then let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys next week because I like it, and so I'm probably going to do it again. All right, bye.